Hako, how deep are you going on Evelyn? And if we're talking about Endless Banner, I would have to use different phrasing. Hello friends, welcome into the channel. Today we're gonna talk about how deep we're going into Evelyn. Come along. And for me personally, this is like one of my favorites. I'm super freaking hyped for Evelyn, and I have been ever since we saw the Astra trailer where we saw some blonde chick and we had no name on her. I was like, you know what? Astra looks cool, but I want to know more about this one. And hear me out. Hoyo, hear me out. What if you also give us this chick? And we are just days away from learning more about this one. So, how deep am I going into Evelyn? Well, I was thinking, I have a slightly shy of just 400 pulls that I kind of need to like portion out between Evelyn, Sunby, and Trigger. So I'm not gonna be able to like splurge as much as I would have liked on Evelyn's banner. But I've decided that my stopping points for Evelyn is gonna be Evelyn, Engine, and then M1. Why M1, you ask? Well, depending on which team you use with Evelyn, there are some chances that you will never see her ultimate unless you have M1, depending on the content. I can see Evelyn being backed up by an Astra and lighter, like just burning through critical Shiyu and notorious hunts and, you know, any disc cleanup before she ever reaches her ultimate. So with M1, you get 1500 decibels just off the go to start of the combat. So Hoyo, the little devils, they've actually hidden, like, they've actually hidden the character taking off their clothes in certain content behind a paywall. Motherfuckers! And it also has some other nice benefits, it's not just taking off the top. Enemies affected by Binding Seal will be bound. When Evelyn attacks bound enemies, she ignores 12% of their defense. And you can also have this bound effect like spread to other enemies. So all in all, this is quite a good M1. And Evelyn really gets rolling after her ultimates, like, you know, this is basically a get rolling faster ticket. Now, if 1.6 wasn't looking absolutely freaking fire, I would be eyeing Dance of Fire as well. Evelyn gets an increased attack of 15%, and she also gets a refund of her Burning Embers whenever she consumes them with her basic attacks. And as a little extra cherry on top, when Evelyn consumes Burning Tether points to trigger Chain Attack and Lunalik Snare, the skill's interrupt level increases. Now, chances are that I'm gonna be running my Evelyn primarily with Caesar, so this little extra part of it doesn't really matter. But this is one of those mindscapes, like it makes the character a little bit more, you know, just fun because I can play around with like more Burning Embers. Although the cooldown on it is quite substantial. So one engine and then M1. Although I will say, I'm conflicted if I'm going for M1 and then we see if I pull enough over for the engine. Because the engine, as goated as it is for Evelyn, it also kind of makes Inferno Metal extremely hard to run on Evelyn, and I was kind of banking on, you know, being able to do that. You need some very, very god rolls on your equipment to like not overcap yourself on crit rate. And I'm looking at my storage. I have a 2-star Brimstone. I'm like, you know what? If we get max lucky, do we just run with the Brimstone? You just, you know, make sure that we get M1. Because getting to M1 with max unluck, we're looking at 320 pulls just there. Hard pity twice. That's a lot of pulls. So yeah, I'm still trying to make up my mind. Do I try for the Mindscape first or do we try for the engine first? And if we get super freaking lucky, I'll try and go for M2, but I don't think so. We got super luck on Astra's banner, which, you know, luck, it usually evens out given enough time. So for some reason, I have a bad feeling about Evelyn's banner, but we will see. Everybody, let me know, how deep are you going into Evelyn? Or are you perhaps skipping her entirely? And if you want to see my Evelyn pulls, this is gonna be one of the bigger pulling parts I've done since Caesar's banner? Yeah, I reckon Caesar's banner. So if you want to catch me live doing that, make sure to hit the bell notification. I'll be dual streaming it both on YouTube and Twitch. So pick your poison. And maybe I see you there, but until then, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Hako out.
How deep are we gonna say? How deep are we gonna say? How